10 things Chinese millionaires never buy. Have you ever wondered why China has quietly produced more new millionaires in the past 2 decades than most other countries combined? The answer will make you completely rethink how you spend your money. Most Americans think being wealthy means buying lots of stuff. Fancy cars, expensive watches, designer clothes. But Chinese millionaires do the complete opposite. They get rich because they don't buy the 10 things I'm about to share with you today. Social media has been lying to you. Real success isn't about showing off expensive cars or luxury watches. That's actually the trap that keeps millions of people broke every single day. Warren Buffett once studied the spending habits of Asia's ultra-wealthy. He discovered something remarkable. They follow what he calls anti-consumption principles. The less they buy, the faster they get rich. This isn't about being cheap. It's about being smart with every financial decision. Today, I'm going to reveal the 10 things Chinese millionaires never waste money on. Number 7 will shock you. 92% of Americans do this every day without realizing how it's quietly draining their wealth. If you recently bought something just to feel better, comment rich mindset, and let's explore these secrets together. Let's start with the first thing that I guarantee will make you want to recalculate your finances. Number 1, expensive cars to show off. The average American spends $554 every month on car payments. Are you trapped in a nice car equals success mindset? I understand that feeling. Sitting in the showroom, looking at that shiny new car, imagining yourself driving it to work and what people will think of you. That feeling is incredible, but it comes with a price that most of us never calculate properly. Chinese millionaires have one iron rule they never break. Never borrow money to buy a car. They buy reliable used cars, pay cash, and drive them until they completely break down beyond repair. This sounds strange in our consumer society, but this is a difference between people who are truly wealthy and people who just look wealthy. Jack Ma, founder of Alibaba, drove an old Honda Civic for 15 years before becoming a billionaire. When reporters asked why he didn't buy a fancier car, Jack Ma simply replied, "A car just needs to get me from point A to point B safely. Everything else is ego and vanity." Warren Buffett also said, $40,000 for a new car equals $400,000 after 20 years if you invest in the S&P 500 instead of making payments. He even calculated that every dollar you save at age 30 can become $10 when you retire. Calculate this right now. Take your monthly car payment and multiply it by 240 months. That's 20 years of payments. That number could be your retirement fund. Instead of financing a new car, buy a reliable 3 to 5-year-old car and pay cash. You'll avoid interest, depreciation, and the stress of monthly payments. A car is just a tool to get you from A to B safely and reliably. Don't let ego and social comparison destroy your financial future. Truly wealthy people understand that real wealth is built through decisions nobody sees, not things everyone can see. The car is just the tip of the iceberg. The next thing is far more dangerous and subtle. Number 2, expensive fashion following trends. The average American's wardrobe is worth $1,800, but studies show they only wear 20% of it regularly. Are you wasting money on clothes that hang in your closet after wearing them once or twice? I used to do this, buying clothes because they were on sale, because they looked good on the model, because I thought I'd have special occasions to wear them. But the reality is that 80% of those items just hang there and lose value over time. Chinese millionaires follow the philosophy of less but better quality. They buy 5 high-quality, timeless pieces instead of 50 cheap, trendy items. This not only saves money in the long run, but also saves time and mental energy every morning when choosing what to wear. They understand that decision fatigue is real, and every small decision during the day uses mental energy that could be devoted to more important things. Steve Jobs wore the same style of black shirt, jeans, and sneakers for years. Mark Zuckerberg has 20 identical gray shirts in his closet. When asked why, Zuckerberg explained, "I want to clear my life so I can focus on serving the community as best I can." There's an ancient Chinese saying that translates to, "A well-mended garment brings more warmth than a new one left forgotten." President Obama also only wore gray or navy suits because he didn't want to waste mental energy on fashion decisions. Apply the 30 times rule before buying any clothing item. Ask yourself, will I wear this at least 30 times in the next year? If the answer is uncertain or no, don't buy it. Calculate cost per wear. A $100 shirt worn 30 times costs $3.30 per wear, much cheaper than a $20 shirt only worn twice. Clothing should be viewed as a long-term investment in your image and confidence, not impulse purchases or emotional therapy. Quality over quantity always wins in the financial game. A small wardrobe with high-quality items will serve you better and longer than a closet full of cheap, quickly worn-out pieces. And here's what 90% of truly wealthy people avoid like the plague. Number 3. Latest gadgets and electronics. iPhone 15 Pro Max for $1,200 versus a used iPhone 12 for $300 on the second-hand market. The camera might be slightly better, the processor a bit faster, but is the real-world difference in daily life worth $900? This is a question that marketing departments don't want you to stop and consider, but smart millionaires always ask. Chinese millionaires have a simple principle. Use electronics until they completely break down and cannot be repaired. They don't upgrade because they want to have, but only because they truly need to improve productivity or quality of life. This small psychological difference creates a huge financial gap between them and average consumers. While others upgrade every 2 years, they might use the same phone for 5 to 7 years. Warren Buffett used a flip phone until 2020, when he was 89 years old. When asked why he didn't use a smartphone earlier, he said, "If it does what I need it to do, make calls and receive messages, why change? I don't need Instagram or TikTok to make money." This is a principle of function over form. Functionality matters more than appearance and status. This principle helped him save not only thousands of dollars each year, but also hundreds of hours from not being distracted by social media and unnecessary apps. The second-hand electronics market is booming for good reason. Buy previous generation or slightly used electronics, and you'll save 40 to 60% of the original price while still getting nearly equivalent performance. A 2-year-old laptop will still run well for 5 more years, but it costs only half the price of a new laptop. Only upgrade when your current device truly cannot meet your work or essential needs, not because you want a new toy. Technology is created to serve your life, not for you to serve it by constantly upgrading and spending money. Don't let clever marketing campaigns and peer pressure control your wallet. True millionaires understand that the latest and greatest rarely means necessary and worthwhile. Do you find this helpful? Comment, eye-opening. If you're ready for the next 3 things, are even more shocking than what we just discussed. Number 4, expensive restaurants frequently. The average American family spends $3,500 every year eating out. That might not sound like much when broken down, but here's the calculation. That's $70,000 over 20 years. Enough money for a down payment on a house. Are you thinking that cooking at home takes too much time and is too much hassle? So ordering takeout or going to restaurants is an investment in time? I used to think that way until I realized I was paying a premium price for this convenience. Chinese millionaires have a completely different philosophy. They view cooking at home as a form of investment, investing in health, in life skills, in family bonding, and most importantly, investing in their financial future. They only eat out for truly special occasions, birthdays, anniversaries, important business meetings, not as a daily or weekly habit. This isn't just about money. It's also about controlling food quality and portions. Research from Harvard School of Public Health shows that families who cook at home save an average of $2,400 per year and have 40% better health compared to families who frequently eat out. Sodium, sugar, and unhealthy fats in restaurant food are typically twice as high as in home-cooked meals. There's a beautiful Chinese proverb that translates to, "Simple home-cooked meals are warmer than the finest delicacies from restaurants." Julia Child, the famous chef, once said, "The secret of good cooking is having a love of it. If you love food and love cooking, you will naturally cook better than someone who doesn't." Apply the 80-20 rule starting this week. Cook at home 80% of the time. Eat out 20% for celebrations and social occasions. Batch cooking on weekends will save both time and money. Cook once for 3 or 4 meals, divide into portions, and freeze. Investing in a slow cooker or Instant Pot will help you make delicious meals without spending much time. Cooking isn't just about saving money. It's investing in long-term health, family relationships, and life skills that nobody can take away from you. In uncertain times like these, knowing how to cook is an invaluable survival skill. But there's a silent thief stealing money from your bank account every month that most people don't even know about. Number 5, Unused subscription services. How much money are you paying each month for Netflix you don't watch, Spotify you don't listen to, gym memberships you don't use, magazine subscriptions you don't read? According to recent research, the average American wastes $273 every month on subscription services they don't use regularly or have completely forgotten about. That's over $3,000 every year automatically deducted from your account. Chinese millionaires have a habit of religiously auditing all recurring charges every month. They set calendar reminders to review every single subscription and immediately cancel anything they don't use actively and consistently. For them, every dollar automatically deducted is a dollar not under conscious control, and that's unacceptable. They believe wealthy people stay wealthy by knowing exactly where their money goes. Listen to this number. $273 per month equals $3,276 per year. If you invest this money in index funds with an average 7% annual return, after 20 years you'll have over $200,000. That could be a down payment for a second home or retirement fund. Consumer psychology research also shows that 80% of people underestimate their subscription costs by at least 200%. They think they're only paying $50 a month, but it's actually over $100. Do this right now. Open your bank statement or banking app and list all recurring charges from the past 3 months. You'll be shocked by what you find. Gym memberships from 5 years ago, app subscriptions you downloaded and forgot about, streaming services you signed up for free trials and forgot to cancel. Cancel everything you haven't used in the past 30 days. Keep only what's truly essential and use regularly. Every dollar saved from unnecessary subscriptions is a dollar that can compound over time. Benjamin Franklin once said, "Beware of little expenses. A small leak will sink a great ship." Subscription services are exactly those small leaks. The wealthy mindset is about being intentional with every financial decision, not letting money leak out through unconscious spending. And here's the daily luxury that most people don't realize is slowly eating away at their wealth. Number 6, bottled water and convenience items. $500 per year on bottled water, $300 at coffee shops, $200 on convenience store snacks and drinks. That's a total of $1,000 every year for things you could completely prepare at home for 1/10 the cost. This is math that the industry doesn't want you to calculate, but smart millionaires always do. Chinese millionaires always carry personal water bottles and homemade snacks when going out. They view buying convenience items as a tax on the unprepared, a tax for those who don't plan ahead. In Chinese culture, there's a principle that translates to preparation leads to success in everything. This applies not just to business, but to daily lifestyle choices. They understand that convenience has a price, and that price compounds over time. Apply Warren Buffett's compound interest magic here. $1,000 per year invested at 7% return becomes $137,000 after 30 years. That's the difference between retiring comfortably and having to work until you physically can't anymore. A good stainless steel water bottle costing $25 can last 10 years, compared to $5,000 for plastic bottles over the same period. The environmental cost is also significant. Americans throw away 38 billion plastic bottles annually, creating millions of tons of waste. Invest today. Quality water bottle for $25, coffee thermos for $30, meal prep containers for $40. A total investment of $95 will save you thousands of dollars every year and improve both your health and environmental impact. Prepare healthy snacks at home. Nuts, fruits, homemade trail mix. Not only cheaper, but more nutritious than processed convenience foods. 2 hours of Sunday meal prep can save a week's worth of convenience purchases. Convenience costs compound over time, but preparation saves compound even more. A little bit of planning and preparation can save massive money over the long term. Wealthy people understand that true convenience is having financial freedom, not having to buy overpriced items because you didn't plan ahead. Who has ever calculated how much they spend on these convenience items each year? Type number 1 if you're ready for the final 4 things. They're even more mind-blowing. Number 7. Brand name medicines when generics exist. Tylenol for $8 versus generic acetaminophen for $2. Advil for $10 versus generic ibuprofen for $3. Same active ingredients, same FDA-certified effectiveness, but Americans still willingly pay 300% more just for the name on the packaging. This is the power of marketing psychology that pharmaceutical companies have perfected over the decades. Chinese millionaires have a habit of thoroughly researching before every purchase, especially with medicine and healthcare products. They know that the FDA has very strict regulations. Generic drugs must have the same active ingredients, same strength, same dosage form, and prove bioequivalence with brand name drugs. This means a generic version must deliver the same amount of medication into your bloodstream in the same time frame as the original brand. Scientifically and medically, they are practically identical. Research from a Mayo Clinic and the American Medical Association shows that generic drugs save Americans $300 billion annually. An average family can save from $1,200 to $2,000 per year just by consistently choosing generic over brand names. The Association of American Medical Colleges also reports that doctors themselves often use generic medications for themselves and their families. If the people who understand medicine best choose generics, why should consumers hesitate? Always ask your pharmacist, do you have a generic version of this? Read the active ingredients instead of focusing on the brand name on the package. Download apps like GoodRx to compare prices between different pharmacies and generic options. Often, the same generic drug can vary significantly in price at different locations. Treat medicine shopping like any other smart purchase. Research, compare, and choose based on value rather than marketing. Smart money focuses on results, not packaging or brand recognition. Brand loyalty in the medicine sector is expensive foolishness when there's scientific evidence showing generic alternatives work just as well. Every dollar saved from generic medicines can be invested in better health insurance or wellness programs that actually make a difference. But there's one type of insurance that even smart people often fall for. Number 8, extended warranties and unnecessary insurance. Extended warranty for your TV costs $200, phone insurance $15 per month, and laptop protection plan $300. The Best Buy employee gets very enthusiastic when pitching these options. But have you ever wondered why they push so hard? It's because profit margins on extended warranties are typically 50 to 90%. This is a gold mine for retailers. Chinese millionaires have a very clear philosophy about insurance. Only insure against catastrophic risks that you cannot afford to self-insure. Health insurance, homeowners insurance, car insurance. These are big risks that could wipe out your wealth overnight. But an extended warranty for your smartphone? Self-insurance makes much more financial sense. They calculate that the cost of insurance over time usually exceeds the cost of potential replacement. Consumer Reports tracked extended warranty claims for 10 years and discovered a shocking truth. Most electronic devices don't break down during the warranty period, and even if they do break down, repair costs are usually less than the total amount paid for the warranty. Warren Buffett once said about insurance principles, insuring your phone is like buying lottery tickets in reverse. The house always wins, and that house is not you. The math doesn't lie. If phone insurance costs $15 per month, after 2 years, you paid $360, enough to buy an equivalent new phone. Instead of buying extended warranties, implement a self-insurance strategy. Decline all extended warranties and save that money in a separate high-yield savings account. After 2 years, you'll have enough money to replace any broken item, plus interest earned. The majority of electronics work perfectly fine well beyond their warranty periods, so you'll usually come out ahead financially. If an item actually breaks, you have the option to repair it or upgrade to a newer model. Insurance should protect against financial catastrophe, not everyday inconveniences. Build your own warranty fund instead of paying corporate profits. True wealth building means keeping more money in your pocket to compound over time, not sending it to insurance companies for peace of mind about small risks. Number 9 is subtle but extremely dangerous. It has quietly destroyed the financial plans of millions of people without them even realizing. Number 9, impulse purchases and retail therapy. When was the last time you bought something because of stress, boredom, depression, or simply because you saw a sale 50% off? Retail therapy has become a common coping mechanism in our society, but it costs an average of $1,800 per year, and 80% of impulse purchases are regretted afterward. This isn't just a waste of money. It's an emotional cycle that can become addictive. Chinese millionaires have an unbreakable rule: the 24-hour rule for all non-essential purchases over a certain amount. They never buy anything immediately when emotions are running high, whether excited about a sale or sad and want to cheer themselves up. They wait, think, research, and most importantly, let emotions settle before making financial decisions. This not only saves money but ensures that every purchase serves a real purpose in their lives. MIT neuroscience studies discovered that impulse buying activates the exact same brain regions as gambling addiction and substance abuse. The dopamine release cycle that companies deliberately design their marketing to trigger. When you see limited time offer or only 3 left in stock, your brain releases stress hormones and dopamine, making rational decision-making nearly impossible. People with written shopping lists who stick to them spend 40% less compared to spontaneous shoppers. Amazon perfected one-click buying specifically to bypass the rational thinking process. Implement these 3 rules starting today. 1. Sleep on any non-essential purchase over $50 for at least 24 hours. 2. Write down specifically why you need this item and how it will improve your life. 3. Calculate cost per use. How many times will you realistically use this in the next year? If the item doesn't pass all 3 tests, don't buy it. For online shopping, clear your cart and revisit after 24 hours. You'll be surprised how many items suddenly seem unnecessary. Every purchase should solve a genuine problem in your life, not create new problems like debt or clutter. Emotional spending creates financial problems that last much longer than emotional satisfaction from purchasing. The wealthy mindset means being intentional with every dollar, not letting emotions drive financial decisions. True happiness comes from financial security, not temporary highs from buying stuff. But this final thing, this is the biggest mistake I'd ever made, and it almost cost me everything. Number 10, happiness from material possessions. I'll never forget the day I bought my first BMW 328i. I was 32 years old, had just gotten promotion, and thought that car would make me happy, successful, and more respected by others. I imagined myself driving it to the office, friends being impressed, dates being more interested. The feeling during those first few weeks was amazing. Every time I opened the car door, the smell of leather seats, the sound of the premium stereo. But after 3 months, that feeling completely disappeared. I returned to my baseline happiness, left only with a $650 monthly payment, and the pressure of maintaining an expensive lifestyle. Chinese millionaires understand a truth that Western society often denies. Material possessions only give temporary emotional highs and inevitably return you to your baseline happiness level. This is called hedonic adaptation in psychology. Instead of chasing objects, they invest in experiences, relationships, knowledge, and health, things that actually compound and improve over time. They know that true satisfaction comes from progress, contribution, and meaningful connections, not from showing off possessions. Harvard's Grant study, the longest-running study on human happiness spanning 80 years, conclusively proved that relationship quality predicts happiness and life satisfaction, not material wealth or possessions. The wealthiest people in the study weren't those who had the most stuff, but those who had the least debt, the most meaningful relationships, and most importantly, the most time freedom. Warren Buffett, despite being worth over $100 billion, still lives in the same house he bought in 1958 and says, "I measure success by how many people love me." The Dalai Lama once observed, "We have bigger houses but smaller families, more conveniences but less time." Before every major purchase, ask yourself these deep questions. Will this buy me more time, freedom, or steal time through payments and maintenance? Will I remember this purchase in 5 years, or will it just become background noise in my life? Am I buying this to impress others or because it genuinely improves my daily experience? If the honest answer is to impress others, that's a major red flag. Invest money in experiences with loved ones, education that compounds, health that extends quality years, or assets that generate passive income instead of liabilities that drain cash flow. True wealth isn't about what you own. It's about what you don't owe and how much choice you have in how to spend your time. Financial freedom beats material possessions every single time because it buys you the most precious commodity, autonomy over your life. When you're not tied down by monthly payments and financial obligations, you can take risks, help others, pursue passions, and live according to your values instead of your bills. Is it really worth trading decades of financial stress and limited choices just to have a few months of showing off something that will eventually break, become outdated, or stop bringing joy? That's the question every major purchase should honestly answer. Real millionaires choose freedom over flash every single time. Now you know the 10 things Chinese millionaires never waste money on, and why Warren Buffett respects their discipline so much. This isn't about being cheap or miserly. It's about being smart with every single dollar that comes into your life. These aren't just spending tips. They're the foundation of true wealth building. If just one of these items made you reconsider how you spend your money, make yourself a promise right now to change that habit this week. Pick one thing from this list. Maybe it's canceling subscriptions you don't use or implementing the 24-hour rule for impulse purchases. Small changes create massive results when they compound over time. Don't wait for someday. Wealthy people are built through decisions made today, not tomorrow. Comment rich mindset if you're ready to stop looking rich and start becoming rich. Share this video with someone who needs to hear this message. You might just change their financial future forever. Your friends and family deserve to know these secrets. 2. And if you want to learn the 7 daily habits of self-made millionaires or the investment strategies they never share publicly, let me know in the comments below. I'm here to help you build the financial knowledge that schools never taught us. Remember this. True wealth isn't about having money buy everything. It's about having the wisdom to know what not to buy. Every small decision you make today shapes your financial destiny tomorrow. The next generation of quiet millionaires could include you. These aren't just Chinese secrets or Warren Buffett wisdom. These are universal principles that work anywhere in the world. Choose wisely, spend intentionally, and build the financially free future you deserve. The power is in your hands, and it starts with your very next purchase decision. Welcome to your journey toward real wealth.